Hello everyone and welcome back to my 100% race series, and after the last game almost broke the franchise, it makes a triumphant return in F1 2016. A game that is almost nigh on perfect. Well, apart from 8 patches and a few bugs, it is certainly a great Formula 1 game by Codemasters. Yes, so let's delve into its rusty innards now and see where we are. There it is everyone. It's the career mode back for 2016, and not just a 5-year career, but a 10-year career. I've no idea why it's 10 years, no idea at all, but it is. Anyway, before we do all that, let's have a look at multiplayer and see if anyone's still playing F1 2016 in 2021. Let's see what we can do here. Custom race, is that how we used to do it? I think so, yeah. Let's search for sessions. And, oh. There's nothing, lads. There's nothing again. What is going on with these old F1 games? Why is no one playing them? Let's retry that and see what happens, shall we? Or should we go to something else? Let's try Rookie. Yeah, let's try Rookie. And... no. There's no one, lads. There's no one at all. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dear. So let's move on from that now. As you can see, Championship Season, which was the entire game in 2015, is still there in 2016, but sort of tucked off into the corner now. It's like, yeah, okay, you can still play that if you want to. Yeah, if you want to, you can still play it. Okay, but now we get on to the main event. Well, it used to be in 2016, but unfortunately it's now expired, and there were no events to do either. So that feature has gone from this game as well. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyway, we move on to the career now. Let's start a brand new career. We're going to start a pro career because I'm doing something with the other one. I don't know what it is. Oh my goodness, look at this. Carmen Jalda. Wowzers, me trousers. Who remembers Carmen Jalda? I can't even remember what I was doing here. It must have been some kind of aborted project. Probably going to see if we can get Carmi to the championship in the pro season mode. Like, that was never going to happen. Okay, so let's start a brand new career in F1 2016. Here we go then, and here's our profile creation. And unfortunately, this game came out before all the snowflakes of the world united. And unfortunately, there are no female avatars in this game. That's right, ladies. There are no oh no, it would not be allowed today. Oh, the whole of the world will be in uproar. But yes, in 2016, females were not a thing. For Codemasters. So we've only got male avatars. I think that's outrageous. Absolutely outrageous, to be honest. But there you go. I made a fuss of it back then, but nobody listened. So there's our traditional Hookster look. And we've got some helmets that we can choose as well. I actually went for the career booster pack back then, and we got some additional helmets, as you can see, in lots of nice shiny colours. Fantastic. And of course, this is a great feature as well. You can actually change the colour of your helmet. It's a little bit like changing the livery now on F1 2020, only that back then all you had was the helmet to change. But yeah, it's still great that you could change all the different colours on it and really personalise your own helmet. Insert smutty joke right there. So now we're going to go to our driver number, which is number 50. And of course we now put in our driver name, which of course is going to be Dave Hook. And then of course we go on to the shortened name, which once again is just showing you how this world has gone downhill. Yes, because you can actually put as an abbreviated name, sex. Yes, you try doing that now and it will say, ooh, no, that's a rude word and that's not allowed. Not allowed in this snowflake world we live in today. No. Anyway, let's go to the team selection now. And as you can see, oh my goodness, yes, you are not deceiving your eyes. Williams was a top team in 2016. It's one of the top tier teams, you can see, with Mercedes, Ferrari and Red Bull. Then of course we had Force India, Toro Rosso, McLaren and Haas. And then bottom of the pile was Renault, Sauber and of course the Manor cars. Now, of course, if you pick the top tier teams, you had to win the actual championship in about 1 or 2 seasons. If you pick some of the middle teams, you had to do it in about 3 or 4 seasons. And in the lower teams, you had about 4+ seasons to try and win the championship. Of course, in a Renault, it was going to be very, very difficult indeed, especially if you're in Jolly Off Palmer's car. Anyway, so there is the career mode. 10 seasons. Yes, 10 seasons. That's pretty much 200 and something races, I do believe, back in 2016. And here's the cutscene, and we get our first glimpse of Emski. Yes! Oh my god, here she comes. What a MILF. What a MILF!
Hi, I'm Emma Jenkins. I'm a specialist in contract law, and I've been brought in to work as your agent. I'll be working to get you the best deal in the boardroom, which means you need to do the best possible job out there on the circuit. When you get new contract offers...
I tell you, I had more fantasies about Emsky when I first saw her than I ever have had for Lara Croft. Okay, maybe that's a slight exaggeration, but you get my point, lads. You get my point. I mean, what a thing to have in a Codemasters game. A nice blonde contract law, whatever she said she was in, I'm not quite sure. We never took any notice of that, did we, lads? We just used to watch her arse moving up and down as she walked off. Yes. And there's our new contract. There's our new contract. I didn't even read it. Did you read it? Anyone read it? No, nobody read it. And here is another great feature for 2016, the laptop introduction and the introduction to resource points. Yes, for the first time in an F1 game by Codemasters, we have resource points, which means that, oh God, and this is also the first time that we were introduced to Chris.
Good to meet you at last. My name's Chris, and I'll be working with you as your Chief of Vehicle Development. It'll be my job to get your feedback as a driver and to direct our upgrade design in the areas that you feel are most lacking. At each Grand Prix, we can run a series of practice programs.
And yes, he was still an enormous wanker back in 2016. Thank you, Chris. Yes, he used to waffle on about performance and you're not doing very well or you're doing great. Keep it up. And the facilities look nice. The facilities look nice. In fact, they all look the same, in fact, apart from the change of name. But apart from that, yes, Chris was there, everyone. And he walks off now. We return to the laptop screen. And here you can see our research and development. This is another feature for 2016. Was absolutely fantastic. Well, it wasn't really, because unfortunately you could upgrade your car in about 2 seasons and get it fully upgraded. Now, of course, the way around this was to actually upgrade very, very slowly. Only put on about 2 different developments on the car about every season. But of course, everyone couldn't be bothered to do that because they were just impatient to get that car upgraded as fast as possible. So that's what they did. But unfortunately, if you did get your car upgraded really, really quickly, the other teams actually started to catch up and then started to overtake you. So you were on a real sticky wicket, in fact. So it was best really to hang back with your developments on the car. And if you were in a Renault, you could never really get your performance all the way up to a Mercedes because it just had an upper limit of how far the car could be developed compared to the other teams on the grid. Let's have a look at the circuits now for 2016. We started the championship in Australia, then on to Bahrain, then China, then on to Russia at Sochi, then on to Spain, Monaco, Canada, Azerbaijan, Austria, Britain, Hungary, Germany, then on to Belgium at Spa, then on to Italy, then Singapore, then Malaysia, Japan, USA, Mexico, Brazil, and the final round, of course, was in Abu Dhabi. So we are going to pick Mexico for our 100% race. Yes, 71 torturous laps around the circuit, but a very, very fast circuit, and you get through the laps very, very quickly. Let's have a look at the teams and drivers then for 2016. We start with Mercedes with Lewis Hamilton and Nico Rosberg. Next team is Scuderia Ferrari with Sebastian Vettel and Kimi Raikkonen. On to the next team, it's Williams Racing with Felipe Massa baby and Valtteri Bottas. On to Red Bull Racing now with Daniel Ricciardo and Maxi Boy Verstappen. Then we move on to Sahara Force India team with Nico Hulkenberg and Sergio Perez. On to the next team now, it's Renault Sport Formula 1 team with Kevin Magnussen and Jolly-Off Palmer. Then on to Scuderia Toro Rosso with Daniel Kvyat and Carlos Sainz. Then on to Sauber F1 team with Marcus Ericsson and Felipe Nasser. Then on to McLaren Honda with Fernando Alonso and Jenson Button. Then on to Manor with Pascal Wehrlein and Rio Haryanto. Fantastic. Then on to Haas with Robert Grosjean and Esteban Gutierrez. Okay, so we have selected our driver. It's from a very short list and it's Maxi Boy Verstappen. Okay then, let's do this. Okay, so it's time for the 5 lights to go out on the Torture Grand Prix and we say go, 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 and it's away we go. And once again, we've got to pull off the circuit and let all the other cars go past because that's the rules. So off they go and it's time to say go, go, go. So from last position on the grid, 71 torturous laps at the gorgeous Mexico circuit for Maxi Boy Verstappen. Yes, Maxi Boy. As we go into the first turn, you can see we are already catching up to the back markers. We've got both the Saubers of Marcus Ericsson as we go for a move on Marcus. Do we get past? I think we do. No, Michael's still there off the right hand side. A little bit of corner cutting there, but we managed to get through. And Felipe Nasser, the next sub with the next target, and we managed to get past him. So already up into 20th position. Rio Harrianto in, of course, the Mana car is the next target for Max Verstappen. A superb dive from him. He's going now for the Toro Rosso as well. Now we've got both the Renaults in front of us. We've got Kevin Magnussen and, of course, Jolly off Palmer directly in front of us. Can we get past though? It's very, very tight and twisty at the Mexico circuit. And we're already up into 18th position, trying very hard to get past Magnussen. Not a lot of space though, not a lot of space as we go through the tortuous S section. And now we dive down the inside of Kevin Magnussen. Yes, up into 17th place. Our next target now is, of course, Jolly off Palmer, one of the greatest Formula One drivers of all time. Yes, all time in 2016. That's until he got dropped by Renault, of course. Yes. And now he works out of a burger van. Oh no, we've made contact with Jolly off Palmer. No. Oh God. Still in 16th place at the moment though. It's okay. We've got a warning for collision with Palmer, but I don't know what Palmer was doing there. He was just all over the circuit. A little bit like his real career, to be honest, but there you go. So on to lap 2 now at the gorgeous Mexico circuit. Still in 16th place. Let's have a look around the screen and see what we're doing as we accelerate forward now. Still on lap 2. We're going for a move around the outside of Loban Grosjean, of course, his brand new Huss car for 2016. Yes, brand new team, Huss Racing. What a shame that team hasn't fulfilled very much of its promise, its early promise that it was going to do. Yes, it hasn't really done anything in Formula 1, it has to be said. Hopefully that will improve in later years. Now they've got some sort of younger drivers in the team. Oh, we made contact with the back of Loban Grosjean, trying to get past him. Hold on to 16th place at the moment. So we can see that the graphics are pretty much identical to F1 2015 last year's game as we accelerate forward out of lap 4. Yeah, not really much improvement in the graphics. This is using the new Ego 4 version of the engine that Codemasters developed for Formula 1 games, and it runs pretty smooth, as to be said, well, at least on the PlayStation 4 anyway. It's showing in full 1080p. Yes, as we accelerate forward now to lap 5, going for some moves now on some cars in front of us. We've got Danuka Viat in the Toro Rosso and Esteban Gutierrez in, of course, that Huss car, and then going very, very wide, and Max Verstappen uses the opportunity to slip down the inside up into 13th position now on lap 5. Fantastic indeed. So on to lap 6 now, and you can see that we're under real pressure now from the car behind. Oh, and Sebastian Vettel is out of the race. We have a loser already. It's Sebastian Vettel, he's out. And we've got yellow flags. Now, of course, one of the other things that has returned to F1 2016, oh, there's Vettel off to the left-hand side, you can see, is the safety car. Yes, the safety car is back. We've got the virtual safety car as well, but the real safety car is finally back in a Formula 1 game. Now, did it work? No, not really. As we accelerate forward out of lap 6, the safety car sort of worked 3 times out of 10. Yes, 3 times out of 10, but it's great to see it back, even though it was very, very unpredictable in its behaviour about where it was on circuit and your position, in fact, and sometimes it was going so fast you couldn't even catch up to the back of it. But anyway, lap 7 now, trying to catch up to the back of Pascal Wehrlein as there's lots of sparks coming out the back of his Mana car, of course, Mana Mercedes in 2016. Wow, how the mighty Mana team actually fell after that. Yes, they were driving about in Mercedes engines, and now they are no more in Formula 1. So accelerate forward out lap 7, and we have now made it up into the World Championship points on lap 7. Yes, up into 10th position for Maxi Verstappen. Valtteri Bottas is currently in the lead of this race, and we are chasing Nico Hulkenberg in, of course, that Force India in 2016. So off to the left-hand corner of the screen, you can see in the bottom left, we've got the mini-map once again, which shows your position, which is the big yellow dot, and of course your teammate position, which is the other sort of slightly yellow dot, and all the other cars on the circuit, which unfortunately are still all in just a grey colour, so you can't see who it is actually in front of you until you're right up behind them, and you can see the team names. So there's Hulkenberg in front, there's Massa in front of him on lap 8 now. Off to the right hand side of the screen, you've got your MFD, your multifunctional display, which tells you all the information that you really don't need to know. And I have to say, in these Formula 1 games from Codemasters, especially these later ones, it's a real distraction, and it actually has on many occasions caused drivers in leagues and in playing career mode to actually crash their car because they were looking down at the MFD display trying to adjust some sort of settings. There's so many settings on that display that it's very, very difficult to actually find the time going through the straights to actually change all these settings. And if you're on a controller, it's absolutely ridiculous sometimes trying to get the settings changed. Anyway, we go past now the Force India of Sergio Perez, up now to 7th position on lap 11 for Maxi Boy Verstappen. As we accelerate forward down lap 13, still in 7th place. And as you can see, cars are now coming in for their first pit stops. Yes, we still had the good tyres in 2016, of course, which meant that we didn't make many pit stops, unlike some of the earlier games like 2013. But it's still an improvement on 2015, where for some ridiculous reason we seem to have to make at least 4 pit stops every single championship round. As you can see that Perez is trying to get past us now. Now that's one of the things that was pretty stupid in this game, was the overspeed you got from the DRS. It was absolutely ridiculous that the speed the cars can come up behind you actually overtake you. As we accelerate forward to lap 15. Okay, it's time for us to make our first stop of this Grand Prix. So we come in and change from the super soft tyre, the soft tyre, and we're going to go on to the hard tyre. I think we're going to do 2 hard stints for the rest of this Grand Prix, and the lads are now going to change those tyres. Well done, lads. A car in front of us, but we didn't hold us up, and we managed to get back out again at the moment in 11th position. Oh, actually 13th place now. 13th place for Maxi Boy Verstappen. So what do we think about this game? Well, after 2015, of course, it's a massive, massive improvement. We've got a career mode, we've got an online which actually was pretty decent, has to be said, but of course there are a few fundamental flaws in this game. One of those is, of course, the collision detection, which is just like F1 2015, and in fact put the early Project Cars game, whereas if you actually made contact with the car into the side pod, you would actually go spinning off straight into the barrier. It was very, very unrealistic, and thankfully they did finally fix it for F1 2017. But apart from that, it is a great game. As we now go past the car coming out of the pits, it was Daniel Kvyat, and we're up now to 13th place on lap 17 of this Grand Prix. Okay, still on lap 17, trying to get past Rio Haryanto in the Manor car. He now comes in for his pit stop, as you can see, and we make up some more positions up now into... No, we're up into the points once again. Yes, up into the points. Now we've got cars coming past us. As you can see, we've got Perez, we've got Hulkenberg trying to get past us. Now, one of the other things that was really wrong with this game was the DRS overspeed. It was absolutely ridiculous. They could absolutely plough straight past you with very, very little effort, and it was a really annoying feature of this game. Thankfully, they did sort of tone that down a little bit in future releases. Now we accelerate forward at lap 41. Yes, lap 41. We've got yellow flags, everyone. Don't know what's going on, but we've made it up to... Oh no! Fernando Alonso is out of the race. We have another casualty, but Maxi Boy Verstappen is still holding on to his 6th position at the moment on lap 42. But there's the DRS overspeed. Once again, Sergio Perez just absolutely ploughs straight past us, but we're going to have him as we go into turn 1 and hold on to this 6th position as we accelerate forward out of lap 43. So we're going to come in for our next pit stop. It's our last stop in this race as we take out one of the cones there, and so we stop from 7th place at the moment, and we're going to go on to another set of the hard tyres as the lads now put on another set. Yes, thank you, lads. We almost got a little bit of a hold there, but it was okay. There's lots of things you can do in this game. Of course, you can change the front wing angle when you come in for your pit stops. It's all glorious stuff, it has to be said. So we now rejoin lap 44 in 11th place at the moment, and we're chasing after Jolly Off Palmer. Yes, Jolly Off Palmer in the Renault car. As we accelerate forward at lap 44, and there goes Palmer. He's coming to the pits, so we're going to now go past him and get back into the World Championship points, back into 10th position for Maxi Boy Verstappen. Yes, in fact, a few more cars actually came to the pits there, so we've made it up now into 8th position on lap 45. As we accelerate forward now, still on lap 45, just go past the pits. One more car has come in, so we're going to get back into, I think, 7th place, and I think 7th position is probably going to be our finishing at the end of this Grand Prix, it has to be said. Anyway, we accelerate forward at lap 48. No, actually one more car is coming to the pit, so we've made it up now into 6th position, when we've got Felipe Massa once again going past us with the DRS flap fully open, but I think that Maxi Boy is going to do a dive down the inside and hopefully get the position back. Yes, he does. It's a very late lunge on Felipe Massa, but he does it. And we got Lewis Hamilton currently in the lead of this Grand Prix as we accelerate forward at lap 57. We've got blue flags, everyone. Yes, blue flags. So we've got Lewis Hamilton, and we're now going to tuck in behind him to avoid Felipe Massa going past us, as you can see. So we just tuck in behind Lulu. And oh no, you bugger! He's had us off. I don't believe it. Now, this is one of the fundamental problems with this game, and that is that the AI cannot see you. They cannot see you again. Let's try that again. And as you can see, Lewis Hamilton is now going past us, so we're going to tuck behind Lewis Hamilton to stop Felipe Massa from trying to get past us. So there you go. We tuck in tightly there. And oh no, he's done it again. I don't believe it. Yes, just like F1 2001 for the PlayStation 2, if anyone remembers that, the AI cannot see you, so they just plough straight into the back of you. It's very, very annoying, but there's really not a lot you can do about it. Anyway, third time is the charm. Let's see if we can tuck in now behind it. Is it going to be okay? No, Massa's going to the back of us again. He's only lost his front wing this time, though. And we've gone past Lewis, but we've got to give the place back to him or we're going to get a penalty. But yes, that just shows you one of the fundamental flaws in F1 2016. But it was doable. You could get around it. You really could get around it. But it was really annoying that the cars just seemed to plough straight into the back of you. It actually pushed you off the circuit in some instances because they seem to have this sort of blinkers effect on where they could only see you from the sides, but they couldn't see you directly in front of us. Anyway, on to lap 70 now. It's the end of the Grand Prix, and Lewis Hamilton, the blessed one himself, has won the race. Predictably, yes, he was still winning races in 2016. It looks like we are going to cross the line in 6th position. Happy with that, happy with that. Our team goal was only 7th, so we've beaten that. So yeah, I think we can be quite proud of our achievement in the 100% race as Max Verstappen. And we cross the line in 6th place. Fantastic. Okay, so there is Toto Wolff, the Terminator. Yes, you've done it again, lads. You've done it again. And that's Lee Maffer, the bald-headed bloke from Codemasters. Yes. Nepotism still alive and well in 2016, I see. Lewis Hamilton is the winner. Yes, he was still winning in 2016, still as dominant as ever. So there you go, there's the race positions and where they all finished, and unfortunately Fernando Alonso and Sebastian Vettel didn't finish the race. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, it's time for our favourite part of the video. It's time for the Monaco test, yes. And we are driving as Jolly Off Palmer. Oh my goodness, in the Renault. Please be careful into Sandover. We're up amongst the pack. And oh, shut up, Jeff, for fuck's sake. We're not going to be careful. We're just going to steam straight to Sandover and see how many cars we can take out. Oh, look at this. 3 cars in one. Fantastic. Wowzers. Absolute perfection. Let's have another go and see if we can take out any more cars as we go to the first turn. And oh, we got Force India as well. Yes. Oh my goodness. Now, unfortunately, the physics are just like 2015, so I think that's about all we're going to do in 2016 as well. Yes, all you can do is really take your wheels off, and that's about it. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, everyone. You've been awesome as always, and I'll be back later for some more 100% races. I will leave you, as always, with the credits.